Oh, there's Cocolia.
Mother, I have returned.
Bronya, I thought I'd lost you. Where were you? Are you hurt? I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really.
Oops.
I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I could
Looking at the both of them, Cocolia looks like she'd be Serval's mother more than Bronya's, which makes sense because Bronya's adopted. But like, before you find that out, you wouldn't. Like, I actually didn't think they were related until Bronya called her mother. It was weird.
The underworld. Oh, I see. In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
I'm listening. Go on.
Her mother is corrupted. I'm telling you right now, Cocolia is corrupted.
That the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before.
Bro, I'm telling you, we're about to kill Cocolia. She about to die. Rip her. We about to kill Cocolia. She's been corrupted somewhat. Maybe she's completely gone. Maybe Stellaron has like, it's like, maybe the Cocolia you're talking to right now is like just an imagination of the Stellaron. Who knows? I'm telling you, Cocolia is either dead or we're going to kill her. One of the two.
I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you? Well, the responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day. Such is the burden of being Guardian, to carry these secrets for eternity. So, I ask you to forgive my defiance. I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years. And those outsiders may be the...
Enough!
Oh shit.
Arrogant. Ignorant. Oh, you disappoint me, Bronya.
Oh, that was a complete 180.
Of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders?
Jeez.
Guards! Take Bronya.
They are not scum. My entire life, everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And please, stop dismissing me with vague excuses. Tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
Going on is in her mind, bruh.
I knew this moment would come sooner or later. I just didn't expect it would be so soon. You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right? Do you believe you're ready to learn the truth?
Yes. I am ready, Mother.
Then come with me, Bronya. It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
Oh, jeez. Now it's in her head. It's gonna corrupt Bronya too. Nah, bro, we can't let that happen.
forgot what fresh air tasted like.
I don't think I can look at March 7th as anything other than cute.
No.
Oh, damn.
Where's Sampo?
Nope. Next question.
Honestly, I kind of agree with him.
Shop? We should find
I kind of
somewhere
agree
in
with him.
Arcadia.
Man has dished us
As long
so
as
many
it's not
goddamn
Goethe
times.
Hotel again.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
You should hide in plain sight to the hotel. Don't kill me. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Let's find Lando. Let's go to the
No
hotel.
way. The boss will recognize us. Plus, Silvermane guards are stationed nearby. We'd be offering ourselves up on a silver platter. Don Hung, what do you think?
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Landau.
So, you think we should avoid Japard for the time being?
Yeah,
Right?
they would arrest us on the spot.
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides, if he hasn't been persuaded by Branya's letter, we'd be walking right into the lion's den.
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
But we must keep a low profile. We're still wanted fugitives.
What are you talking about, bro? I've been running around this
wrong,
place.
Mila?
I've been running around this place. No,
Nothing. It's
no holds
just
barred,
a
bro.
little new. The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory of any of this.
Now that I think about it, this is probably the first time you've actually seen the sun. So your eyes must be really fucked right now.
The overworld and the underworld. We've been cut off for so long. I'm okay. Let's go. There are so many Silvermane guards on patrol. Is it usually like this?
No. I don't remember the security being this tight last time. Might have something to do with us. The Supreme Guardian is probably known of our arrival already. Branya.
See, look at that. We're walking around. No one's fucking stopping us. Hey, look, I'll go right in front of them right now. What's going on? I'm not saying that.
Who is it? Shop's closed today. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
It's a big customer with bigger pockets. I'm gonna say it's a radiator fixer.
Ah, I remember. The three outsiders. Wait, why are you still strolling around the city? Do you know the Silvermane guards are looking all over for you? Quick, act natural and get inside. Don't get spotted. All right, you'll be safe here. My workshop has pretty good soundproofing and barely anyone comes in. Just what crime did you commit exactly? They recalled a bunch of guards from the front line to track you down. It's unprecedented. Now they're patrolling the whole city and everyone's in a panic.
Real quick. So you don't know what crime we committed, meaning you don't know that the crime was false. So, in your mind, you're helping wanted fugitives right now. Why would you let us in your place?
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Branya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely?
I do. I trust them titties.
Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. COCOLIA and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refuse to stand with her. I don't believe you guys would do anything bad. And the Architects are gonna need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the Architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know COCOLIA's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details.
Yeah, you're talking like as if you know COCOLIA, like, really well.
You could say that. We were like sisters once, inseparable. Of course, that was all before she became the Supreme Guardian. These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Bronya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
May as well tell the long and short of it from the start to finish. No, I'd rather be concise. I don't like long stories.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller. Let me.
I feel like you'd be the worst storyteller.
Perhaps I should do it. Or we'll still be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I went Don Hung on that one.
So that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Bronya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, this is what's become of the underworld? I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Seela here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Bronya got you to find me.
Do you know where it
I was still one
is?
of the architects working in the scientific research division. I was researching the Stellaron. I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything.
Why not just continue the cut? Why?
Only a very few
Okay.
people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze.
I'm just thinking, like, why not just continue the cutscene? Why do this? But whatever.
In that robot,
It is what it is.
The architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled or abandoned. Maybe I should be thanking COCOLIA. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure.
Jesus.
I figured out that the Stellaron and the Fragmentum were linked, so I was already close to the truth. It's a shame that the architects ejected me before I could discover that the source of the Fragmentum was the Stellaron itself. Before I lost my position, I was applying for permission to survey the Stellaron directly. It was my research topic, but I'd never even set eyes on it. My research was all based on historical data and lab simulations. Not long after I submitted my preliminary report and application, I received my punishment. It was obvious that somebody didn't want my research to continue.
I wonder who that somebody is. I don't know, like the obvious choice would be Olia, but like maybe it was that old researcher who was like in that cutscene.
COCOLIA... It's been so many years since we last spoke. We were great friends once. There was nothing we wouldn't share. She became a completely different person when she took on the Supreme Guardianship. The convictions she once held, her enthusiasm, it was like they were drawn out of her by some mysterious force. She gave the order to expel me herself and refused to see me. I never understood that behavior, and I gave up trying to use logic to work it out a long time ago. Sometimes I even wonder whether she really did become a different person. Is that possible? Perhaps there's single guardian consciousness that gets handed down from generation to generation. And the real COCOLIA has already vanished.
That's some wishful thinking,
She
I'll be
being
real.
compelled by previous generations of guardians to make such baffling decisions?
No,
Who knows?
technically she's not that far
But
off.
this might make for good songwriting
I mean, it's mostly
material.
the Stellaron that's corrupting her, but she's not that far off. Ooh, Japard, that's interesting.
Japard? Not a chance. He's a decent guy, but also famously uncompromising. For my brother, orders are more important than anything. Even if you stuck Bronya's letter to his forehead, he wouldn't be swayed. You need to choose your words carefully if you want to persuade him of something. It might be best if I talk to him. Though, I'd need a strategy first. Yes. I never observed it directly, but I used lab simulations and outbound surveys to establish a rough location. According to the survey results, the Stellaron is likely to the north of Belobog, somewhere in the vast snow plains.
We must locate it as soon as possible, ideally before COCOLIA takes action. Can you tell us the way?
Not a problem. I was thinking the same thing. But I'm afraid telling you might not be enough.
What do you mean?
The area to the north of Belobog has been more or less swallowed up by the Fragmentum. If you want to get to the northern snow plains, you'll need to get past the Silvermane Guard restricted zone on the front lines first. Even if you get past the restricted zone in one piece, you'll have a whole heap of Fragmentum to deal with. Correct. And it's different from the underground towns you described. The Fragmentum there has quite literally torn everything to pieces. There's no sign of life, despite the monsters.
It sounds like the three of us and Zila might not be enough. Why don't we go back underground and get Wildfire to come with us?
I fear we may not have the time.
Hey, enough pessimism. Back in my official capacity days, I spent a lot of time in the north. I got to know the soldiers and officers on the front line very well. This calls for brainwaves, not brawn waves. How about I take you over myself?
What, you think you can get us through?
Great!
Look,
It's less scary if someone you know is leading the way.
Saval, I'll be the first to agree that you're pretty fucking hot, but I don't know if you'll be able to convince officers of the law that these wanted fugitives that are convicted by the Supreme Being herself should be allowed to go and see your country's top guarded secret. Be real. They need to be desperate for some putang if they're gonna let us through. I'll be real.
I want to see the Stellaron too, you know. It was my research topic for over a decade. You don't get that many decades in life. That's settled then. There's no time to lose. We should head out as soon as you're ready.
All right, whatever. Let's go. Hope this works out. And who is that?
Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him. Japard! It's you! I didn't think you'd have the time to visit with things so tense on the front line.
You know, with him being the younger brother, he's a pretty gigantic dude.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
Ah! Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something happen?
You are a horrible liar, ma'am.
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
Come on. If you don't use his full name, what? Okay, you're a horrible liar, man. I have lost all faith in you.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agree. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here. I'll take a look.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something happened?
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will.
No, really,
Last night,
Pela.
Lady Bronya suddenly appeared. She entered Klepoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district. She issued a curfew for the entire city and ordered us to pursue and capture any suspicious individuals.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she all right?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klepoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Zila.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think I left it over...
Oh, wow, this sucks.
Wait!
What is it? You seem pretty off today, Serval.
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Am not. How dare you? What do you take your sister for?
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got business to take care of. Bye for now.
She was so offended by that. My God.
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. COCOLIA's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian, but this isn't a joking matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
What, Pela and them rock together?
If I have the time.
I didn't think Pela was that kind of girl.
The
Wait,
coast is clear. You can come out
hold
now.
up. We're not gonna speed past that. Pela rocks out with Serval. That is shocking. That's like if Sucrose would jam out with fucking Shinyan. Like they're just polar opposites. That's something you'd expect. Oops.
Phew, I nearly suffocated. What kind of plot device was that?
I almost lost my cool when he went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger. We have to go save her.
Attempting to storm Klepoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission. Rest assured, COCOLIA may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Bronya. I'm certain of that.
You sound like Bronya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against COCOLIA, and yet in some ways, you seem to trust her completely.
Yeah, sounds like he's going there, so I don't know if it's gonna be good.
He said he needs to take care of a few matters in the city first. If we're fast enough, we can stay out of his way. Come on, let's go to the restricted zone. If we can get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, COCOLIA will be out of options.
Alright, good. Thank God. We're not wasting no time. Ooh, and I hit Trailblaze 25, which means we're doing a 10 pull, baby. We're doing a 10 pull, baby. Give me something nice. Give me something delicious. Give me something scrumptious. No 5-star, but that's fine. Give me something scrumptious. Give me a Ting Yun, please. If I get a Ting Yun, this account is based. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, whatever. What am I even at for this thing? So I'm at like 44 pity. That's great. I'm getting... I know for a fact I'm probably gonna get one of these, because these three are the people I want the most. I'm gonna real have March 7th, and March 7th is pretty good. I don't really care about Yujipard. And I already have Yan Shin. And I'm sure Bailu's better than Natasha, but I feel like Natasha's doing her job pretty fine right now. So it's these three that I want. Like, really badly. I know people say Himiko's not that good, but I don't care. If I had to go by priority, it'd be Weltz, Bronya, Himiko. So... he's a nihility. But it is what it is. Anyways, enough of that. We're going on. We're continuing anyways.
Is Bronya really safe?
You care about her, huh? You must have become close friends.
Close is a bit much.
Oh, stop being a fucking tsundere.
I made her a promise.
Relax. She's the strongest girl I've ever seen.
I can believe that.
Oh, they've jacked up security all right. How the heck are we gonna sneak in?
Jeez.
Serval, we need one of those brainwaves.
Leave it to me. Stick close, guys, and don't get spotted.
Bro, I'm standing right in front of them. What are you talking about?
This is a military base. Trespassers aren't allowed in. Wait, isn't that... Serval! Long time no see.
Well, if it isn't Franz. Long time no see. You still watching the entrance?
Well, you see, you haven't changed, Serval. Still nailing us to the wall. So, what brings you over here at this hour? And who are the guys behind you?
Okay, I'm calling plot hole right now. I'm calling bullshit BS right now. How the fuck do these guys in the restricted zone not know that we are wanted fugitives? That's I'm calling plot hole BS right there.
My brother said the restricted zone energy lines were malfunctioning. Told me it was urgent. He doesn't trust those contracted maintenance workers, so he got me in for free. These guys are my assistants. We need to overhaul all the installations here.
I didn't hear anything about the energy lines malfunctioning.
Oh, please. This is a technology division issue. Why would they tell you guys? Come on, let us in already. If the heating system goes down in the middle of the night, are you gonna be responsible for all the frozen corpses?
No, that's not something I could handle. Seeing as you're Captain Japard's sister, it should be fine. Okay, here are some temporary passes. Oh, and remember to give them back to me when you leave.
Thanks, Franz. I'll put in a good word for you with my brother and get him to promote you.
No, Captain Japard hates all that under-the-table stuff. I'd have a better chance if you don't mention me at all.
Well, that was easy. Whoa, who is this dude? He's decked out.
I'm aware that there are those among you who see the reserve units as a vacation. But let me set one thing straight. You are gravely mistaken. This is the restricted zone. The fragmentum before you conceals monsters that watch your every move. Behind us, we have a band of conspirators that have infiltrated the city. The situation is critical. The lazy and undisciplined among you will lose your lives to the forces surrounding us. As such, starting from today, we will be adding 200 bench presses and 30 extra minutes of one-arm planks to our daily drill. Is that clear?
Wait, what? 200 bench presses. What weight? I don't think I don't. So they're adding 200 bench presses to what? What was the minimum before? What was the pace before? I don't think I can bench press the bar more than like 100 times without getting tired. Okay, maybe I can do the. Okay, no, that's a lie. Maybe I can do the bar 100 times because I can do 100 push-ups. I can do way a little more than 100 push-ups. Not at once, not consecutively. Let me make that clear, not consecutively. But like I can do that, but so maybe I can do just the bar 100 push-ups. Like what weight? And secondly, 30 extra minutes of one-arm planks. So what was once again? What was the base? I'm sorry, it's just. That's just what my mind is. That sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yes, sir.
If I was these guys, I'd be like, fuck that. I'd rather be with the monsters. Bye.
See, that was easy.
You're Japard's sister, all right.
I don't want. Do you see that mechanical gear bridge?
I didn't see there was be a
Cross over to
cutscene.
the
All right,
other
whatever.
side. You arrive at hell on Earth.
What's this hell like?
It's a place too cold to bear, covered in snow and ice. The guys doing the scientific research don't have time to worry about the surroundings. The restricted zone front line is on the other side of the gear bridge. It's an endless fragmentum with a few exhausted Silvermane guards and the stench of death in the air. If we want to progress further north, we will need to cross that hell. Are you ready?
It's never too late to retreat. Without hardships overcome, there is no trailblazing. Like that.
Right on! I'm stealing that.
Hey, come up with your own catchphrases.
Let's go then. First, we need to think of a way to get to the other side. I helped set the underlying mechanisms for this type of gear bridge. It's controlled via different terminals in combination. Let's go find...
Is Japard on frontline duty a lot?
Yes, but what made you ask that all of a sudden?
It's so dangerous. Don't you worry about him?
He's a Landau.
What's that supposed to mean? He's a Landau, okay. Okay, let's start here. Oh, okay. That's like a little bit of brain power. Where are you taking me, buddy? Oh, cool.
Nope. This terminal's offline. We can't control it from here.
So what's the plan?
Look for another. Every platform linked to the gear bridge should have a similar terminal.
I never would have guessed that Japard and you were brother and sister.
I can see it.
I can't say I blame you. We're nothing alike in personality or interests. In our family, we have a strong military tradition going back generations. Many a Landau has died in their prime. There's not a lot of brother and sister time. Everyone just does their best to get on with their life.
Okay, I was just waiting for that dialogue to go.
Darn! Can't activate it. It seems like someone severed the energy supply to the terminals.
So someone's deliberately trying to cause trouble.
Huh. You know, the more I think about it, the more it seems deliberate. With the front line on high alert, they must have rotated the bridge to make it impassable. Then they cut off the energy supply to the terminals to avoid accidental repositioning. Or to prevent deserters from escaping. That way, even if the front line were to collapse, the Fragmentum monsters wouldn't be able to make it to the other side.
They cut off their only retreat. Damn, that's
Bronya was right.
Ballsy.
The Silvermane guards really are risking their lives to protect Belobog.
Just my conjecture, but I doubt it's far from the truth. My brother mentioned that they've had to use extreme measures to repel the Fragmentum monsters. Let's press on. We can't activate either of these terminals, so let's look for the energy supply installation itself.
What? What? Why is this here? Is this a is this like a creation of the like? Hold on.
Aren't you the maintenance people? What are you doing over here? You can't just go wherever you please in the restrict.
Oh, shut up. I'm asking. I'm wondering why you have this thing that I've only seen in the underground here in the restricted zone. Like, what is this? Is this a Silvermane robot? Like, what are these? Why is this here? You know what? Now that I think about it, it's probably explained somewhere, but I was just too lazy to read it. So.
That's it! The thing's shaped like a giant iron ball.
And it's behind a gate. What are the odds?
Its formal name is the Mechanism Energy Hub. It's connected to all the energy lines. I would have thought it covers the entire restricted zone.
No wonder it's so heavily guarded.
One unit for everything? That's a disaster waiting to happen. We learned the hard way.
As long as we can gain access permissions to the hub, we can operate the gear bridge terminals. That's why I told them we were here for urgent maintenance. The frontline equipment needs servicing just as much as the rest.
So that's why you went for maintenance. Way to go, Serval. I thought you just came up with it on the spot.
Come on, let's see if that guard over there will let us pass. Yo, evening, soldier.
Are you the emergency engineers? I saw you guys hanging around. Did you find the problem?
Not yet. Everything looks normal so far. I think the problem is stemming from the energy hub. If you let us in, we can do a routine service inspection. I've worked on various iterations of this type of installation.
No. No can do. No one gets near the energy hub without the security captain's encryption key.
Not even the Supreme Guardian?
The Supreme Guardian? Hey, no games, you hear? No dice without the encryption key.
Darn, this guy's not stupid.
What?
You need the encryption key, right? Which captain should I bother then?
Captain Dunn's resting up ahead. Go and find him. If he grants you permission, I won't stand in your way.
Done? Why didn't you say so? No problem, we'll be back in a bit.
I'm guessing she knows Dunn very well.
Serval, this Dunn,
bet I do. We go way back. He's easy to talk to. Watch me persuade him.
Oh, it's another one of these, well-stacked dudes.
Hey, done! It's been a while. I didn't know you made security captain.
Serval, it's been a long time. You're still so... You look good.
Oh yeah, he's trying to fuck. Serval, I don't know if you know this, but yeah, he's trying to fuck. He wants to bend you over and give you that whirly, swirly, swirly, whirly. You know what I'm talking about?
Allow me to introduce my assistants to you. They help me take care of business at the workshop. Everyone, this is Captain Dunn, an old friend of mine. He used to be an ace on the keys in the band.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if he wants to be a friend. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, you play rock and roll too? Cool!
Pleased to meet you.
Something smells weird.
Zachary, how many days has it been since you showered?
I showered right before my shift.
What did you say?
Wait, what is happening right now? Did someone shit themselves?
I haven't showered in 2 days, sir.
My man. Hey, that's a real homie looking out right there. That's a real homie.
Unacceptable, especially in front of visitors. Apologies for the embarrassment, all.
It's not a big deal, Dunn. You know, if you get a chance, would you want to get on stage with us again? My keyboard guy is pretty good, but I still miss our military days playing in the band.
That was a long time ago, Serval. I haven't touched a keyboard in ages. Besides, I'm stationed here all year round. I'm afraid I don't get many chances to return to the city. Though I don't stand on ceremony. How may I assist you? If everything's in order, you'd better head back to the city. It's not safe here.
I've checked the lines. There don't seem to be any major problems. All that's left is the energy hub. The guard over there said that I needed an encryption key to open the gate. Can you help me out?
Dude, I'm gonna say this right now. Don't hesitate. You told nope. We're about to have a moment right now. We're about to have a moment now. To any young dudes right here, don't be this guy. Don't be the friend. All right, just go for it. Shoot the shot. All right. Don't be the talking stage for 6 months only for her to put you in the friend zone, and then she goes with some, and she goes and leaves for some bum. Right? Shoot your shot, bro. Don't hesitate. Go for it.
Could you be any less discreet?
Discreet does not help.
Anything wrong, Dunn?
Sorry, Serval, but can you tell me what Captain Gepard told you?
Huh? Oh, let me think. Hey, sis, the energy supply lines in the restricted zone have malfunctioned. Those useless engineers can't find the problem. Something like that?
And may I ask, when did he contact you?
This morning? Yeah, that's right. He's on urban patrol duty today, right? That's why he popped round and asked the favor.
Aha. Captain Gepard just returned to the front line. I could reconfirm with him?
Huh? Hold up, he's back?
You haven't changed, Serval.
I see. I called it. I called it. She's a horrible liar. I called it, bro.
These people you've brought, they're not workshop assistants, right? Serval, it's not that I don't want to help you, but you should remember that I'm a Belobog Silvermane guard. How about this? You can leave, and I won't tell anyone about this incident. But the outsiders must remain.
There goes the negotiation.
Yeah, Serval, you should go.
I brought you guys here, and I'm standing with you till the end. Done, this concerns the fate of Belobog. No, the fate of our whole world. Please, don't stand in our way.
Serval! We used to rehearse together every day, you must understand. My rock and roll soul is to uphold the dignity of a soldier.
Okay, I'm sure that this is a line that sounds so much better in his head, but didn't sound as cool when he said it, because that was cringe as fuck.
Great.
Damn, he went for Serval first.
Targets detected. This happened.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music.
And it's ironic because I have Serval on my team, so this kind of works out.
Turn up the volume.
You're in bad shape.
Let me end your misery. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Stay close.
No, wow, okay, he summons more people. What, he can counter? Let's find out how well he can counter.
Oh.
Get fucked.
Time for
Time for a shot. Savor the vigor of life.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Don't mess with me. Let me end your misery. What a headache.
Commencing support. This happened.
keep up. It's my tempo.
Sorry about that, Done.
Serval? Why?
I'm sorry, Done. Time for a little nap.
I'm telling you right now, Done. Because she kicked your ass, she's never gonna be horny for you. I'm telling you right now.
He's just unconscious. Don't worry.
Stubborn fool. Strong, though. Wildfire lacks people like him.
Got it. The encryption key. Quick, before we attract attention, let's...
Too late.
I think we attracted attention.
That's the enemy attack alarm. Every Silvermane guard in the reserve zone just became our enemy.
My life was short, but life was filled.
You're not dead yet. How can you give up that easily?
We've made it up till now. I could lose an arm and a leg for all I care. I have to lay eyes on the Stellaron.
Damn, she's really committed.
Quick, back to the energy supply hub. Anyone that tries to stop us is gonna find out a thing or two.
If I...
Serval. It really is you.
Wait, Japard, listen to me.
When the sentry reported to me, I thought there must have been a misunderstanding. The enemy alarm had to be unrelated to your entry into the restricted zone. Perhaps the intruders had taken you hostage. And yet... Step away from the intruders, Serval. Walk over slowly and stand behind me. You're different from them.
I'm sorry. We have an understanding. I stand with them. Give me a few minutes, just a few. I'll explain every...
Enough, Serval. Have you forgotten where we are? We Landaus ought to know this place better than anywhere. The outer reaches of the front line against the Fragmentum. Belobog's most strategic protective fortress. Every Silvermane guard here, every person here, is ready to sacrifice themselves. Ready to spill their blood for Belobog at a moment's notice. Yet here you are, leading fugitives into the restricted zone. Attacking my Silvermane comrades in arms. Hijacking the energy hub. Are you really worthy of the Landau name?
Why do you think I've come here? We found a way to dispel the eternal freeze, to seal the Fragmentum. It might be the only lifeline this world has left.
If that were true, why wouldn't you report to Madame COCOLIA? Why would you sneak into the restricted zone and create chaos?
You don't understand. The one preventing us from getting close to the truth is COCOLIA herself.
You have all seen the Supreme Guardian in person. Do you think you can act as you please because she didn't recognize your version of events?
Listen to me, Japard.
Wow, this guy is a sheep.
The origin and spread of the Fragmentum
This man is a
linked to the
pure
Stellaron.
sheep.
The meteorite in the Architect's records, it's...
I know about the Stellaron. It's exactly what the fugitives behind you are seeking. But the Madam Guardian has already revealed the truth to me. These people have ulterior motives, Serval. They want to steal this treasure from the Architects. The Madam Guardian has warned me before that you were indulging in fantasy. That you'd been exposed to forbidden knowledge, and that you would bring destruction down upon Belobog. I believe you, Serval. I believe you think you're acting with loyalty to the people. It's just... Guards, formation. Arrest these people. We could be inundated with Fragmentum monsters at any moment. We have no time to waste on them.
The forbidden is only forbidden to conceal the truth within. COCOLIA is afraid that we'll seize on this knowledge, that the truth will spread far and wide. To save the world, we must risk it all. I've said my piece. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. Regardless, you should know by now your sister's never been one to back down. If there's something or someone you can't abide, you should stand up and resist. And if there's something you uphold, you should uphold it to the very end.
What happened to brainwaves? I'm not gonna ruin it. I'll think twice.
Save your explanation for the judge. You are charged with sabotaging the Silvermane Guard restricted zone. In my capacity as captain, I hereby order that these fugitives be arrested. This isn't like our childhood game, Serval. You won't get any leniency from me.
The barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be a hero, Japard.
Didn't I tell you? All our negotiations end in combat.
All right. I guess we're fighting Japard.
Our position is solid.
Jeez.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music.
No, I picked the perfect time to have Serval on my team. Because this just makes the story.
Enough.
This song's just for you. Keep up. My tempo!
Naughty children, don't listen. All better now?
Ready to jam.
Stay focused.
No, jeez.
Ready for another? Nap time.
What a headache.
In the name of preservation!
Jeez.
Fresh.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
Commencing support. Oh! Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Alright, let's use the wombo combo.
I'll free you from your
That's
chains.
what I'm gonna call this combo now, the wombo combo. Palo's ult with followed by Zila's ult, the wombo combo, bro.
Among the sea of
Deep
butterflies.
Run Shred with the strongest single target ult in the
Illusions of
game,
the
bro.
past.
Look at that damage, bro.
Let's rock.
You're in bad shape.
Enemy, I'll contain them.
Turn up the volume.
Resistance is futile!
Here comes the medicine.
Thanks for the support.
Who's next? Don't mess with me.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
On my command!
He literally only has like one attack left.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up. My tempo.
Get wrecked. Literally 1%. What are the odds?
This guy knows how to put up a fight. I've never come up against anyone this relentless.
He just won't go down.
He's as stubborn as I am. It could be an argument or a fight. He'll do both to the death. That's why he bugs the heck out of me. That's enough, Japard. Take a look around you. You're the last man standing.
Even if I am, I won't yield.
Brainwaves, anyone? I don't want to kill the moment.
We don't want you to yield through force of arms. That wouldn't be a victory for us.
Yeah, our goal is the same as yours, Serval's and Ranya's. We just want to preserve this world. There's no reason to turn against each other.
Japard, brother, surely now you can see the need for pragmatism. Even if you don't believe my outsider friends, you should believe me. Maybe I've wasted your trust. In which case, believe Bronya.
Lady Bronya?
Why didn't we just start with that?
There's nothing more to say, Japard. The decision is yours.
As a captain of the Silvermane Guards, I am duty-bound to carry out the orders of the Supreme Guardian.
Man, I still got fighting me. Oh my god. That was my mic, sorry.
But Lady Bronya is the commanding officer for the front lines. According to military protocol, if the frontline directives of the commanding officer clash with those of the architects behind the lines, a soldier must remain at their post and await further directives.
What a loophole. This is brainwaves. I feel like I feel like this is brainwave.
For the Silvermane Guards, the Guardian's orders are paramount and absolute. But there is something of equal importance in the oath we take.
The people of Belobog.
If we lose the people, we lose the reason for our existence. Our fight with the Fragmentum monsters is for the sake of preservation. But our fight with you, I fail to see the purpose. If you are truly able to prevent our endlessly unfolding misfortunes, then the people of Belobog are indebted to you. But if you are using lies to mask your true intentions, using my sister and Bronya for your own ends, I swear by Klepoth that I will carry out your punishment without an ounce of mercy.
They're not lying. I promise you.
You must be Zila. You are a skilled fighter. Your combat style is nothing like that of the guards.
Regardless of what you believe, these guys have been a great help to the underworld. Many people would vouch for them.
I'm sure. If you want to advance further northward, you must traverse an area entirely corroded by the Fragmentum. It's the only way to get to the snow plains on the other side. The guards can give you some time before the next wave of attacks is upon us.
Oh, Serval, I guess we could talk to them. All right, what's going on?
I gotta admit, I had a lot of misunderstandings about the Silvermane Guards. They're fighting for survival here every day, just like Wildfire. The difference is we're making a stand for freedom, while they're just carrying out orders.
Always a cynic to the end.
Put ourselves in their shoes? Easier said than done. Everyone has their struggles, but how can we understand them if we can't even see each other?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Like, you can't understand people's struggles if you don't see them. That's why I just agree to disagree most of the time.
Of course I do. I've understood them for a while now. But as far as I can tell, she doesn't need other people's understanding. She needs to understand her own heart. And it's the same with Japard. I could tell it took a lot for him to lay down his arms. I think I can already hear the storm on the other side of the city walls. Not a reassuring sound. I hope Serval's right. That supreme lunatic better not have harmed Bronya.
You see? Brothers and sisters need to have a scrap once in a while to get back on good terms.
So this is how brothers and sisters normally coexist?
What's wrong with a bit of violent coexistence between siblings? Seems pretty normal to me.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
I'm pulling your leg. Since I left the military, my brother and I have always steered clear of certain sensitive topics. Thinking about it, perhaps he's just been looking out for my feelings, shielding me all along. Knowing my temper, my brother almost certainly went to great lengths on many occasions for me. I should be thanking him. Enough apologizing. My ears can't take any more. Honestly, this would have happened sooner or later. You just gave me an excuse to bring everything forward. As I mentioned, if we want to progress further north, we're gonna have to cross that hell. Still, look at it this way. Just another arena to showcase our skills, right?
Sure.
Now, if you're ready to get on stage,
that's what you want to believe.
Let's push for that standing ovation.
Damn, what a wrecked equipment here. So all that equipment we saw in the underworld was just all from the overworld, from Silvermane Guards.
As soon as the restricted zone gate is open, the
Savaric's from the
monsters on the
overworld,
other
so that
side
makes
will
sense.
turn out in full force. The guards will do their best to stall them and buy you some time. Once you've broken through the front line, there's nothing more we can do for you. You'll have to find out for yourselves what lies within the northern fragmentum. So, have you made up your minds?
We're ready, my guy.
Understood. Keep your weapons close. This will be a fierce fight. Guards, open the gate.
God damn, already?
Are you dealing with attacks like this every day?
It's a common occurrence. Guards, formation.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I don't owe the guards any favors when this is done.
For Bellabog. For Bronya. Fuck Bellabog.
Here they come.
Steel yourselves.
No.
Do not resist, Bronya. Accept the common will.
No! I don't want this.
Look upon their promised future, Bronya. A world without poverty, without cold, without suffering. A world where people no longer have to pray like prisoners for survival. A world that we can guard for all eternity. 700 years ago, we tried and fought unceasingly, believing that the radiance of human nature could shepherd us towards rejuvenation. And to what end? A crushing defeat. Why, when faced with irrefutable strength, is our first thought always to resist? To cover our ears instead of hearing the call? It is the conceit and cowardice entrenched in the depths of human nature, so difficult to efface. Cast them aside. Break free of the chains that bind you. The Stellaron will lead humanity.
Yo, yo, COCOLIA sounds like a mad
will.
cultist right now.
Your brainwashing ends here, you witch!
Like, she sounds like a mad cultist right now.
You came. I thought the blizzards had entombed you.
You wish. We're not going down before you do. Bronya! I don't know what happened between you and them. Even if you explained it to me, I probably wouldn't understand all the crazy details. But there are two things I do know. One, these guys have come through hell to get here, to seal this Stellaron thing. And two, do you remember what I said? If anything happened to you, I'd save you. Do you understand? Even if the damage is done, even if you've completely forgotten our promise, then I'm just gonna have to knock you out and bring you back myself.
Bellabog needs you, Bronya.
Zila. All of you.
Finished? I think I've given you long enough to bid farewell. It's time I told you my other reason for bringing you here, Bronya. I want to witness your choice. I have told you all the truths there are to tell. The deal with the Stellaron, the wish I made to it. There are no more secrets between us. Many years ago, the voice of the Stellaron sounded in my ears for the first time. I was no different from the previous generations of Guardians. I withdrew, refused to hear. I was as you are now, bitterly defending the Architect's so-called preservation. My conviction was once steadfast, unparalleled. Until a sudden change arrived and threw everything into chaos. Another choice appeared before me. A subversion of the old order. And the welcoming of a new world. And compared to the illusory, ever more distant preservation, this was so I have agonized, long agonized over how to convey all this to you. Inevitably, the promised tomorrow will transpire. But if you were not there beside me to watch over that new world, then I would descend into torment. Bronya.
Oh, that's just manipulation.
Enduring torment.
That's just pure manipulation, and if you need to see that.
Perhaps I should be thanking you, outsiders. The pressure you have imposed has at long last compelled me to confront my final weakness. Bronya, throughout your life, I have never forced you to submit to my will. You have always, will always have a choice. As then, so now. Choose, my daughter.
Madame COCOLIA, I am grateful to you for raising me and for allowing me the privilege of choice. But I am sorry, Mother. On this, our final occasion, I cannot stand with you. You say that conceit and cowardice lie in the depths of human nature. Perhaps you're right. Desperation sheds a light on the darkest recesses of the heart. What about those simply struggling for survival, fighting for something better? I've witnessed their light on the front lines, in the underworld, in places you have overlooked. Our ancestors built this city, striving in the bitter snow to prolong our civilization. Even if this world is doomed to fall apart, we should allow humanity to pave the way to its final outcome. Not hand over our fate to the seed of ruin. We are guardians, Mother, chosen from among the masses. Our duty is to preserve the world built by humanity. We are not gods. We are not arbiters. You seek to crush human nature underfoot while masquerading as an arbiter and a god. I cannot let you.
So, this is your choice. I understand, Bronya.
This is the most polite and posh, fuck you, mom, I'll do what I want I've ever seen.
Pity. Such a pity that you will never see that resplendent world. Unable to free yourself from the shackles of your mind. You know what? You were supposed to be the mother of the new world.
The ground! It's shaking! What's happening?
Bro, what is about to go down?
The fate of this city, of Belobog, is sealed. Its future will unfold in our hands. And you will become the foundation of the new world. You must break the old to build the new. The Supreme Guardian commands you. Rise into the creation.
What? Sorry. I'm sorry. I was
It's one of the architect's ancient machines. Watch out!
I was too distracted by her hip window. Sorry. Oh God. It's Svarog 2.0.
This robot's 1,000 times bigger than Svarog. Don't mess with me. I told ya I could fight.
Alright, let's just start off with trying to get shields on.
Engine, break them!
Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit!
We have to stop it. Not children
God.
don't listen.
This is pretty cool though, I'm not gonna lie.
Nap time. You can't run!
This is our chance.
Rules are made to be broken!
Let's make it quick.
What a headache. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Let me end your misery.
Try that again! My turn. With me out here, how can we lose?
Scratch.
What? That really doesn't do much damage.
Let's go.
Well, it's not letting me do anything else, so.
We're in bad shape.
I shouldn't have used the spell, but whatever.
Rules are made to be broken! You're out!
Oh, wait, it's gonna hurt these flying ladies.
You can't run! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
And no one I have has her weakness.
Just
That's great.
a little something.
I don't have anyone that's weak to her.
Think nothing of it.
Much better.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Let me end your misery.
You have the worst luck running into me. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Let's make it quick.
Favor the vigor of it. Try that again.
Well, luckily she doesn't do some dumb shit like not let me use my skills, so I think I'm good.
Remember this moment. My turn.
Fang Shadow has 9 stacks of what? 9 stacks of what?
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Let's go.
Batter up!
You're in bad shape.
Don't mess with me.
Watch this!
It'll be your time.
Wait!
A scratch.
Let's make it quick.
Rules are made to be broken!
Jeez.
Here comes the medicine.
I don't need to
You
use that
have
yet.
the worst luck running.
Nah, I'm saving that.
Let
What a headache. Savor the vigor of it.
Okay. Because I know damn well that's just phase 1. So I'm saving my ults. Well, we gotta fucking move. Oh, that's Himiko. That's Himiko. Himiko coming in clutch.
Himiko! It's Himiko!
Hello? Can you hear me? Gosh, the signal's terrible.
Himiko! You finally spared a thought for us.
What are you talking about? Weldon, I've been up on this thing you the time. You've got quite the trailblazing edition on your hands. So, how did that guy work? Or, importantly, how do you stop him from working? Over to you guys, I guess.
What the fuck?
I'll cover you!
You could have at least animated him climbing on top of the monster on the machine. Like I didn't just start off on his arm.
Grab hold of me!
Jeez, this guy is hot. So now it's just MC and COCOLIA.
Behold, the power granted by them!
Holy shit.
Listen to the power surge! Sing!
I don't know, I'm fighting Alien X.
Stellaron's
What the fuck?
promise is the only hope for this world. Just as it dispelled the Antimatter Legion 700 years ago, so too will it wipe you from the face of this world!
Yeah, it's just me and her. What the fuck? She's not weak to physical, so what am I supposed to do here?
What about this?
I'm just gonna keep doing this. I don't know what to do.
Humanity, so weak and foolish. Always overestimating their abilities.
Why are there jiggle physics on her
Let me
icy tits?
bestow
What the
upon you
fuck?
Despair!
Like, look at them shits moving. They look like they have no gravity. Anyways, I'm distracting myself from the story. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh shit. That just happened. Whoa. She just killed us.
Is this the universe?
Oh.
But I was fighting COCOLIA.
Where is this? Are we in a black hole? Like, what is this? It's really cool,
Last
though.
time I came here, I drew Nanook's gaze. Could it be?
Another Eon? What the fuck? Path space. Bro, where are we? Hold on. If you think I'm not gonna take a minute to look at my surroundings, you're in another world, my guy. What the fuck? This is really cool. Look at that thing in the middle.
The commercial district has fallen. We've transferred the residents to the outer municipal district for the time being. The garrison lost 26 fighters. But
Go on, Japard.
I'm not sure that they're dead.
broken figures lingering in the fragmentum. What happened back there defied all reason. It was madness. Madam Guardian, if this continues...
I know well the consequences, Japard. You may leave.
So these are voices of the past, or echoes of the past. Bro. You can't deny this is a really cool set piece.
COCOLIA. Isn't this what you've always been hoping for?
Whoa.
Get out of this cage and take a look at the city. What is there to lose? The efforts of our predecessors, their unfinished research. We can finally see them come to fruition. Give me some soldiers and I'll locate the Stellaron and find out how to save our world.
You need to come to your senses, Serval.
Come to my senses? What are you...
Guards! Miss Serval is tired. Take her to rest. Sequester her lab and detain the researchers. Their work is illegal.
Why, COCOLIA? Why have you grown so cold?
Serval Landau. You were my most cherished friend.
There is no place
Yeah, the Stellaron is just completely taken over her mind. What the fuck?
Madam COCOLIA, the monsters are surging this way. It's too dangerous here.
Foolish. Weak.
What? Madam, what are you saying?
Only I can understand. They have eyes that do not see, ears that do not hear.
Oh my god. Did one of them just die?
Feast on their willful ignorance. Absolve them of their stupidity and fear.
She just threw a fucking sacrifice?
Mother, I still don't understand. The fragmentum corrosion has already spread to the underworld. How will those below ground fend for themselves if we withdraw every guard?
The automatons will ensure their safety. The most important defensive position is here on the surface. If our lines crumble, the underground will vanish in an instant. Our defenses here must be maintained at all costs. These are the choices we make, Branya. As a leader, you must harbor the courage and foresight to choose. You, me, and every Silver Main Guard in the city, all of us must carry out a higher mission. There will come a day when you must make your own choice. Do you understand?
I'm pretty sure this was the choice that she was talking about, and she did choose.
It is too early, Branya.
What is that in the back?
Too early. You will understand when the time is right.
Who is that?
The city is drowning in tears. The power of the preservation is fading.
Guardian's will.
We could not defy the will of the Stellaron after all.
COCOLIA abandoned the preservation.
Yes. But we have no right to judge.
So, is this the Aeon of preservation I'm talking to?
The fragmentum had been expanded. 700 years. There is no faith nor wealth left for our successors. Only despair. To see the home we vowed to preserve wither away. That in itself is torture. Not to mention the haunting whisper of temptation. The day will come when even the strongest of wills cannot help but give in to such influence. It is only a matter of time before the Amber Lord forsakes us.
The Amber Lord? And let others carry on the will of preservation.
You are but a stranger to us. And yet you
Why are you in the form of a
your
child?
destiny to ours.
You could have chosen the form of anything. Why a child?
So be it. What is there to lose when so much has already been lost? Touch the light of the Amber, Trailblazer. See if your will can attract their gaze.
Wait, Guardian's will. So wait, no. This is not the Eon. This is the will of the Supreme Guardians that they talked about before. So this is not the Eon of Preservation. This is the will of the Guardians. This is the will of the past Supreme Guardians. A new weapon? So are we about to get a new path? God damn. So that's the Eon of Preservation. Jeez. So what just happened? Are we... Ooh, the music.
The will of preservation has made its choice.
Nothing of the plight of this world. Nothing of the wait for its final end.
The
Even
music.
if we are doomed to destruction, with the Raven, walking hand in hand into the darkness.
No, that end won't come to pass while we're around.
The Stellaron changes everything.
Stay alert.
So use an ally is currently being blocked. What was you blocking? You can tell enemies strong.
Defend the weak.
I'll free you from your chains.
So has the MC changed paths? Because he very clearly has changed elements.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Naughty children, don't favor the bigger.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Bro, this music is so epic.
Try that again.
Don't mess with me.
The magma will accumulate when Stunts is attacked. can force a man to use an enhanced basic attack. Oh, jeez.
Watch this!
Nap time.
You can't run!
What the fuck is going on? The engine of creation is activated. Use it to the lance of eternal freeze. What? This target action can change the engine of creation to only surpass the preservation creation's wrath.
Lance at the ready.
Let's use defense.
Indestructible.
Stay right there while I give you a present!
Lance ablaze.
Whoa, was that everybody on? Huh?
Flaming lance. Forward.
Holy shit!
Try that again! You can't run!
What a headache.
You're in bad shape.
Oh, what?
Mess with me!
Natasha's kind of useless right now.
I'm on guard.
So we're controlling that robot now.
My turn!
And he creates shields for everyone? Oh my... Whoa. I don't know why. Fire MC... This MC's
Try
kind of
hard
cool.
sometimes.
I guess he can use fire now? Like, well, I don't know what it's
Check out
called.
this awesome
Preservation
move.
MC?
Nap time.
Natasha's kind of useless right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Try that again!
What a headache. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
No, I'm with that.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Ready to be crushed.
You can't run! Try that again!
You're in bad shape.
Don't mess with me.
Alright, a game set match. Oh wait, no, phase 2. There's a phase 2. Okay. I will lie, I thought this was a game set match.
Redemption.
Oh god. What the fuck?
Defend the weak.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Nice teamwork. Lance ablaze.
Bro, that's everybody. So wait, that was Bronya. That's how Bronya and Gepard, and I didn't see the last one.
Flaming lance. Forward.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
What a headache.
You have the worst luck running in. Stay right there while I give you a present! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
The power of the Stellaron is with me!
Oh my god!
You are but cinders of the old world, soon to become ashes!
Music!
Will be the architect of a new world!
Holy shit! This is so epic! What the fuck? This is so epic!
Free
Bro, the
from your
music.
chains, disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Bro, the music dropped harder than me when I was a kid. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That'll take. You're in bad shape.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Oh, the music!
Try that again!
Go with the past!
Don't mess with me!
All better now?
Thanks a lot!
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Who's next? Stay right there while I give you a present!
Bro, this is so fucking. I'm just kind of speechless right now. I don't know what to say.
Lance at the ready. Defend the weak.
I will be the architect of a new world!
You can't run!
Lance ablaze.
Was that Serval? So wait, it was Serval, Gepard, and Bronya.
Flaming lance. Forward!
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Bro, this music is so hard.
Only redemption.
I'm on guard.
What a headache.
Oh, and this is the end.
From your
This is the end of it.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
And that's it. Game, set, and match. Oh, that was so epic. That was so epic.
This Celeron promised us the future. It will include everything!
Oh, God.
It's over.
Mother, did you wake up from that dream?
Wow. That was a tough trailblazing expedition. We made it! But, what are we gonna do with the Stellaron? It's usually Mr. Yang who handles it.
I've informed Himiko and Mr. Yang already. They'll seal the Stellaron.
Nice! The crisis on this world is basically over, right?
The storm still rages on. Now that the Stellaron is sealed, the eternal freeze will slowly recede. Fragmentum won't aggressively expand anymore. But nor will it disappear. Eurilo 6 has a chance to return to life. But it will take time. It will depend on the efforts of the people here.
Thank you. All of you.
Can't think of anything funny to say. Yeah, I don't think we should say anything funny at this point. Like, we just watched our mother like, disintegrate.
Thank you. I'm fine. Don't worry. There is still much to do. The people will have felt the effects of the engine of creation. There are so many questions to answer, so many truths to reveal. I don't know whether I can get the people to accept all this.
Tell everyone the truth, straight up.
Can I really do that? Tell everyone about Mother's true motives? About a lie perpetrated for 700 years?
No. No. No way.
Seele.
I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think there's any other way. In the underworld, we tell the kids, things will be better tomorrow. Everyone knows it's a lie, but it gets them to sleep with some hope. Can you imagine the consequences if we told the people what happened here? They'd be devastated. If we can't trust the Guardians, who or what can we trust?
Mother died to preserve Belobog.
What?
The visitors from beyond the sky told her the secret of the Stellaron. She knew that Alyssa Rand, the first Supreme Guardian, had failed to destroy it. And yet, she decided to challenge its power. A power beyond human comprehension. Supreme Guardian COCOLIA sacrificed herself to dispel the dark clouds enveloping this city. From here on out, that's the truth the world will hear. What do you think?
It keeps the hope of preservation alive, at least.
It's logical, and hard to disprove.
Why do we have to lie? I'm abstaining. I like telling the truth. But I get what you're trying to do.
I will. Maybe some of the cool stuff we did. What? I just can't say something stupid like that in serious situations like this.
Thank you for understanding. For many people, Mother was an outstanding guardian. The whole truth will live on in my mind. All the mistakes, madness, evil, dreams therein. I will be the one to carry that burden. Now, I must take over the duties of the Supreme Guardian and discard my naive fantasies. I'm sorry, Seele. Please, protect this secret with me till the end of our lives.
Say no more. I know what to do.
Thank you. Well then, as promised, let's start rebuilding the bridge between the overworld and the underworld.
They are two sides of a coin.
Seele, can you tell everyone in the underworld that the Stellaron has been sealed? And tell them the blockade will soon be over, and they will breathe freely again soon.
Of course. Leave it to me. Nat's probably getting anxious about the delay.
While you do that, I'll head back to the administrative district. I need to tell Jabard and serve.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
What's wrong, Branya? Do you feel sick?
Well, I mean, she was she was attempted to like, the Stellaron attempted to get into her head. Plus, she just watched her mom disintegrate into dust. So, like disintegrate into just stardust. So, I assume she's not great.
I'm fine. I need to hurry.
She's exhausted. Quick, we need to think of something. You, help me out here.
Right. I almost forgot. You're still wanted by the guards. I might be an underworlder, but at least I don't stand out as much as you guys. That's settled then. I'll leave Nott to you. Remember to keep the secret. For Brun... No. For Belobog's sake.
So, wanna tell us what happened back there? Don't think you can just reappear on the battlefield with a cool weapon in your hands and skip the story.
Fair enough. I saw Clifoth of Preservation. That's the second time I've sacrificed myself for you, March. I'm saying that.
Thank you. That's not answering my question, though.
He probably doesn't know what happened either. This wouldn't be the first time. Something similar happened when we faced the Doomsday Beast on the space station. Remember that glance from Nanook? Originally, we thought it was because the Stellaron was linked to the destruction. But now it seems to be more than that. We might need to speak with Mr. Yang to understand what's going on. Let's focus on the business at hand first. We shouldn't disrupt Himiko and Mr. Yang while they're dealing with the Stellaron.
You're right. We need to finish what we started. Let's hurry up and find Natasha.
So now we're Preservation and he has fire. And I was right. So it's Serval, Japard. Oh, and Zila's there. I didn't even see Zila. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty fucking cool. That's a cool splash art. I actually really fucks with that. Huh. Tread on a brand new path. So now we're fire and he's Preservation. Oh, but now we can switch paths. That's pretty fucking cool. Now hold on. All right, that means since we're Preservation, that means I don't need this light cone anymore. And honestly, because of the way he works, this might actually be a really good choice. Ah, Serval and Japard. And I have nothing to level it up with. And I don't want to just get rid of that destruction light cone, so I'm not going to use it, but I will give it to Hook. Yeah, I'll give it to Hook. That means he needs defense now. But no, yeah, I don't need, because of the way he works, I actually don't. I think honestly, I think this is the play. You, Bam Bam. Actually, no, hold on. So I'll go like, Zila, let's go with, I won't lie, Fire MC does some pretty decent damage, so, but he's also single target, so I'm not gonna. Should I use Pela? You know what? I'm gonna try this team. I think that might be the play. I'm gonna try this team. Hold on, before I go there. Yeah, I saw this chest.
Time well spent.
Look! There's a big crowd around the clinic! Do you think they felt the effects of the battle just now? Let's go. Natasha! Oleg! Hope you didn't have to wait too long.
Oh, it's them.
You kids move fast. By the look on your faces, I assume you come bearing good news?
Mm-hmm. You bet. You might not believe this, but we summoned up all our strength and then... maybe he should do the talking. I'm no good at serious stuff. I'll probably say something I'll regret.
And we both just knew. Both just looked at March and just knew. It was like, March, shut the fuck up right now.
We were there at the fight. We witnessed everything.
Sacrificed herself, huh? Sure, yeah, that's the whole story.
March, this is not your planet, so shut up.
In order to save Belobog, she... I see.
So the massive tremors we felt earlier were a result of the battle, right?
Thank you. I can't even imagine what you've been through up there. I'm just glad everything turned out all right. Oh, what about Zila?
Don't worry, she's all right. It took a big toll on Branya, so Zila took her over to the guards.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're all okay.
Now that COCOLIA's no more, I guess our Silvermane girl is about to become the next Supreme Guardian? She sees things through and doesn't go back on her word. The underworld will thrive again under her watch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we brought you a message from Branya. The blockade will soon be lifted. The people of the underworld will breathe freely.
Breathe freely. That's been our wish all along. March, Dan Heng, and you, can I ask for your help again? I want to get this news out to everyone. It'll lift their spirits and bring them hope.
I can't wait to see their fit. Nah, just count us in.
Thank you. Choose whoever you like. Wildfire will take care of the rest.
We've gotten to know a lot of Underworlders. Who do you think we should start with?
Definitely not Sampo, because he fucking hates Sampo. I think let's go with Hook.
Roger that. You can leave the rest to us. If everything goes smoothly, this should be Wildfire's final mission. Those kids better not have taken advantage of the chaos to go on an expedition. Hook does always talk about wanting to go on a Rivet Town adventure. Ugh, this could be bad.
We're gonna have to save Hook.
48, 49, 50. Ready or not, here I come.
They playing hide and seek.
Found you! You ran all the way out here just to play hide and seek? It's too dangerous.
Miss March, didn't you go back to the surface?
Since when did I become Miss March? And where's Hook and the others? Come on, call them over.
We just started playing. Can't we finish this round first?
We got a lot of us to give ourselves up in no time.
Great idea. Shame we don't have any.
Well, we better go and find them.
Actually, I sorta wanna go play on the swings for a while. I'll leave the seeking to you guys.
Oh, now we're playing another game of hide and seek. Okay, here's one.
Aha! Gotcha!
Huh? Grown-ups? Where's Julian? So he is a scaredy cat. I knew he'd get someone else to talk to me.
You should be happy it's us and not Natasha. If she had found you, you'd be in big trouble already.
I guess so. Anyway, I'm gonna go find Julian.
Not somewhere here, are they? Okay, no, that's outside the area, so I'm not worried about that. Oh my god.
Hook! Got you again!
Huh? What the heck are you guys doing here? Oh, wait till I get my hands on Julian, that traitor. Where's his integrity?
What about your integrity, huh? You brought the other kids out here to Rivet Town, didn't you?
I did not! The moles hold a vote on all our expedition destinations. Fine, I will. But it better be exciting.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go and find Julian. Hide and seek update. Astral Express Crew 2, the Mole 0.
Celebrate while you can. Hide and seek is best of 5, you know. Anyway, enough about hide and seek. You came all this way to tell the moles something, so spit it out.
Do you want to do the honors?
Sure.
Huh?
Uh-huh. What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything?
I don't think they're actually gonna be happy to go to the overworld.
Julian.
I was expecting this reaction. Julian's crying. What's going on?
Hey! Wipe your tears, Julian! You're second in command. No crying in front of grown-ups. You three, listen up. Starting from today, you are the mole's #1 rivals!
Rivals? Why the heck are we rivals now? What are you talking about?
Hook and Julian always wanted to defeat the villains on the surface and take back our homeland. But it sounds like you grown-ups just stole their thunder, so...
That's what they're pissed about?
You think we're gonna accept defeat just like that?
Oh my god.
The moles will be the heroes of the underworld and the overworld. Then everyone will sit and
Sit up and take notice.
yeah, sit up and take notice. I would have figured it out myself. I didn't need you to remind me.
So that's why you were so silent. If you want to be as awesome as us, you better start training every day.
And start listening to Natasha.
Training every day? Listening to the old witch? Will that really make us as awesome as you guys? In that case, deal! Julie and Alina, let's run back to the town. Training starts today.
Yes, boss. Understood. Alina, I can give you a piggyback if you can't make it.
What was that laugh? Oh my god. At me, at Marcel. Good job. Not really much else we can do. Like, we gotta wait for the snow to melt and the storm to stop. Alright, inside the echo. Remember, adventurers, you can try our luck at this place where echoes can be found.
Mr. Yang put it nicely, but the reality is this. We sealed the Stellaron, but that's not gonna solve the problems on this planet. There I was getting excited to tell everyone the good news.
That is true. I mean, we did all we could, now it's a matter of time.
That's the cruelty of a Stellaron. Still, compared with some of the other planets we visited, at least this one has hope.
So, should we tell everyone the deal?
We should tell Branya when the time's right. Let's not dampen the spirit just yet.
Echo of War. Review past marines and battling for middle fields and open trace materials and rare light cones. Oh, so this is the... So these are the weekly bosses. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Don is messaging me. And we're in the same boat. I swear to God, this is about Serval. Again, from our fight. What are you talking about, my guy? Examine the security. I think. Defenses. So, I need to the main drill master, hostess military guys at the submarine guard restrict zone. Need your guidance. Okay, at least it's not about Serval. Because I'd be like, bro, you're on your own for that one.
Oh, is everyone all right? Thanks for your help.
For you, Natasha, anything.
I'm flattered. Now we just have to wait for the official news. I hope Bronya doesn't keep us too long.
Huh. Do you think Svarog and Clara felt the effects of our battle with the Guardian?
I think they'll be fine. Plus, Svarog's devotion to Clara is even greater than his hostility to Wildfire. If you're worried, you could look for them over at the robot settlement.
Alright, I guess we're going to see Svarog and Clara. Which, honestly, I want to see Svarog's reaction to this most of all.
Outsiders. For friends of Clara.
Did Clara fix you?
Thank you for rescuing Clara.
Seems like Perkins picked up a stammer.
Its language module must have malfunctioned. Can you take us to Clara?
Outsiders are friends of Clara. Follow me.
Bro, he walked a lot faster than I thought he would have.
You have visitors, Clara.
Oh, it's the variables.
Another nickname for the collection. nice haircut, Svarog. What the hell? What do I choose here? Nice haircut, Svarog.
Are you trying to start another fight?
There was a huge shaking just now coming up through the ground. Mr. Svarog said it must have been...
Recalculating. Conclusion. Engine of creation. 97.66% probability.
An old friend of yours?
The engine of creation was an immense construction machine created by the architects. It was not built to fight.
Well, whatever. We won. Thanks to that giant robot, we were finally able to take care of the Stellaron. And Bronya made a promise. The underworld and the overworld will soon be reunited. Which means that you, Svarog, you won't have to worry about preserving the underworld for the time being.
March, everyone, thank you so much. I wasn't sure you guys would be able to do it, but now... Mr. Svarog, what do you say? You guys said you were travelers from other worlds, right? I want to be just like you. One day, I'm gonna go traveling to faraway places and make new friends.
Your future is yours to decide.
Calculation result. Update. Mission number 0001. Preserve the underworld. Complete.
Bronya. Whoa, she's texting me? We have a group chat, okay. March Donning Sons. Are you seeing this? This Android can really send messages. Nice. Mind like this doesn't share me. If I'm not busy, don't kill me. If I'm not busy. Nice.
That's our Branya. Quick as a flash.
She certainly moves a lot faster than some people I know.
If you haven't got anything nice to say right now, zip it.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
You made it. I thought you were about to miss out on a moment of history.
No way! After all our hard work, how could we miss out on the final celebration, right?
We'll go sit at the children's table.
I don't know how much of a celebration we'll be having. But I know Hook and Clara will be pleased to sit with you. For Oleg and I, not to mention the other adults, reopening the passageway means rediscovering old ways of living. Return to normality. Survival is no longer the top of the agenda. But for the children who were born into this era, who grew up in this isolation, this will be a new life altogether. Once you've tasted freedom, it's difficult to accept a life of separation and isolation. Those of us whose childhoods were marred by tragedy, we must strive to do better for the next generation. I'm sorry. Here I am talking your ear off again. This is a day to remember. We should welcome it with smiles. If you have time, talk to the folks here. Every one of them will tell you about their excitement. Then when you're ready, let's go home.
You're going home. We're just visitors. But sure, let's talk to the people. Let's figure out what's going on with them.
Finally, I can get back to supervising the cable cars. I thought I'd spend the rest of my life in those mines. Ah, it's you, the liberators of the underworld. You're the first passengers we've had since being sealed off. It'll be my honor to get you to the surface in one piece.
Doesn't he have a good safety record?
Relax, relax. In all my 20 years on the job, there were only ever... Anyway, none of them were serious.
That invokes so much confidence into us.
So, ready to climb aboard? Brothers, sisters, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, gather round. The cable car passenger service is about to restart.
Whoa! Look at the big blue ceiling!
That's cool. That's a really cool,
That's not a ceiling, Hook.
picture.
That's the sky.
So this is the overworld? The air here smells different.
That's really cool. I actually like that.
Less rust and geomarrow particles floating around. Take a deep breath, children. This is what freedom tastes like. I never thought I'd live to see the administrative district again. All those years. We've been through a lot, Natasha.
You're right, Oleg. It's funny. The moment I boarded the cable car, my mind was filled with everything I wanted to do on the surface. But now, I just want to sit down, zone out, and watch the people coming and going. And let the day just pass me by.
Enjoy the peace and quiet, Natasha. We earned it.
It's Japard! Is he here to meet us?
God,
He's
please don't
still on
arrest us.
duty. Huh. He must have recovered quickly.
Let's go say hi!
So this is to the This is to the underground. Haven't been here before. I don't even know that. I didn't know this was part of the map, but cool.
Welcome back to the administrative district, Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. First time anyone's called us that on this planet.
The architects think it's only right that we should address you properly. Outsiders is hardly fitting anymore. Please allow me to apologize again for what happened in the restricted zone. You were only trying to help. I should have trusted Serval's judgment.
Your sister knows what's up.
Thanks for understanding. Lady Bronya's inaugural address will begin soon. She asked me to pass on her invitation to you.
Huh? That's sooner than I expected. Is she well enough to...
Not really. But Lady Bronya insisted on delivering the speech as soon as possible. She wants the people to understand what happened. The address will be held at Everwinter Monument. I hope the three of you can find time to attend.
All right, let's go see this. Bro, what happened to my frames, bro? Oh, look, it's Claire and Hook. I need to talk to him about this.
Wow! Did you see that, Clara? A super big steel monster just ran past!
I don't think that's a monster. Mr. Svarog's database has information about it. It's called... I can't remember.
Don't worry about the name. The important thing is I saw what it can do. It has a huge appetite and swallows people whole.
I think that's just a cable car, my guy.
And it just so happens to be the mole's next target. We'll defeat the iron monster and save the people in its tummy.
I don't think that's how it works.
Gotta love the imagination of children, you know?
Look, there's a crowd gathering over there. Is the address starting soon?
Looks like it. Bronya hasn't arrived yet, though. Let's find somewhere to wait.
Guards, formation!
What? Are we getting arrested?
Whoa, this must be it.
Citizens of Belobog, I kindly ask for your attention. Lady Bronya Rand's inaugural address will begin shortly. Please remain orderly.
People of Belobog, hear me! Today we gather here to celebrate our victory, but it was a sacrifice made by a mighty guardian that delivered us this opportunity. She dispelled an evil that cost us 700 years of suffering. And in the process, she paid the ultimate price. The sacrifice of COCOLIA Rand ushers in a new chapter. The blizzard beyond the walls will die away, and the offensives of our Silvermane guards will begin to contain the Fragmentum's advance. In the far
I'm really
north,
liking these.
I witnessed with my own eyes the
arts that they're
struggle
putting up. Like,
between
this is
the
actually
late
really cool.
Supreme Guardian and the evil power that sought to destroy us.
It's
In
like
their last
2.5D-ish.
The
Yes,
Supreme
with the
Guardian
moving
told me
sky.
her
It
greatest
looks really cool.
regret.
I actually really like it.
The order to seal off the underworld from the overworld. With the passage of time, she gradually came to realize the consequences of that decision. Although tortured with guilt, she could not undo the damage. In her final moments, she wanted us to mark the Stellaron's end by reuniting Belobog. Overworlders and Underworlders must embrace the dawn of a new age. Together. People of the Underworld, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. I now know the reality of your decade of suffering. But I want us to work together. We know that without your perseverance and hard work, Belobog will not recover its former glory. and the seed of civilization will not be preserved. And on that note, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to a few guests of the city. Most of you were not aware of their arrival, but it is thanks to them that our world now flourishes with hope. They made me realize that while we remain focused on preserving the ground beneath our feet, we should not forget to look up into the sky. I firmly believe that with the determination of everyone, our world, the world the Trailblazers call Yarilo 6, will no longer be alone among the stars. But before we accomplish that goal, I humbly ask you to follow me into the future. I, Bronya Rand, the 19th Guardian of Belobog, hereby take my oath.
Lady Bronya! Lady Bronya! Long live Belobog!
No time for me, my friend. So, Bronya's now queen of the, or supreme guardian of the place. Where's Zila? I thought her and Zila would be tied to the hip.
Bronya, we're back!
March, Dan Heng, and you. It's wonderful you made it to the address. Sorry, I know the invitation was very last minute, but I needed to get the news out as soon as possible. The longer people waited, the more rumors started to swirl. The situation risked spinning out of control. Oh, she was there. She just made sure no one could see her. Azila is still new to the vastness of the overworld. She feels uncomfortable in a big crowd. I'll help her adjust to life here.
That was some speech, Bronya. If I had to talk like that in front of a huge crowd, I'd be shaking head to toe.
It was all just a bunch of palatable lies. I hope you never have a similar experience, March.
The part about preserving the seed of civilization was real.
I prefer to be honest with the people. But I also want to preserve their hope.
Dan Heng, wanna talk about Mr. Yang's findings?
Allow me to explain.
Which means the Fragmentum has already taken root by this point. Even though the Stellaron is sealed, we won't be able to reverse the damage immediately. No need for apologies. You've gone out of your way to save this world. You nearly lost your life. I have no right to ask for more. Besides, I agree with Mr. Yang. Ultimately, the fate of Belobog is in the hands of its own people. In that case, as a leader, I must give you a promise of the same weight. We will hold out with everything we have until the day you Trailblazers return. Even if it takes another 700 years, the children of Yarilo 6 will look up to the sky with hope in their hearts. So long, my friends. May the preservation bless your journey.
Congrats! That was one heck of a first trailblazing
So that's the
expedition.
end of Belobog, or Yarilo 6.
celebrating,
I wonder if that's all the content we have so far. Under 5, how would you rate this journey?
2.5.
What? That
2.5?
huh?
My scoring criteria are different from yours.
Anyway, we should be asking you. Any thoughts you want to share?
I'm for a nap. I'll be real. I would be like, bro, I'm gonna sleep until next week.
Wait, what? No way! We're about to leave and I've hardly got any decent photos. Come on! Let's go back to the administrative district and hang out for a bit longer.
Planner ornaments. Provides the wearer with very special stats, gains bonus buffs if the wearer has clues. Oh, is this what the last two are? Oh, so that's what these two are. Physical damage bonus. Challenge to obtain planner ornaments. I'd rather give that to... Okay, hold on. This I can give to Zila. However, the physical damage bonus I'd rather give to you. Oh, World 3. I don't know if I'm doing that yet.
Rania said
World
she's
2
willing
is so
to wait
fucking hard.
700 years for us. Huh. Don Hung, how long can humans live for?
Forever. But in that scenario, they can't be considered human anymore.
Yikes, so serious. I was just curious. Here we are, Everwinter Monument. Photo time! Oh, Payla and Hook are here too. Let's make sure we get them in the background.
Can I take the photo or what?
Okay, where to next? Oh, we haven't seen Serval since we got back. Let's head to the workshop.
Guess we're just saying goodbye to everybody, huh? Wish I should.
Who's there? Didn't your parents tell you to knock
Oh god,
before?
it's Clara.
It's you three. Come on in. I was just talking to Clara about you.
How have you been, Big Brother?
Big Brother.
Miss Serval's workshop is amazing. There are all kinds of things. I like it here a lot.
This is when did I become your big brother?
Miss Serval? Clara is such a well-mannered kid. Meanwhile, the architect's children are still calling me auntie and making me feel old.
Hey, that's not your line. We're here to take a photo, remember?
Photo? This feels like one of my fan meetups. Anyway, for you guys, I do autographs for free.
Photo. Oh, I remember. When I was little, Mr. Svarog took a photo for me.
Over here, Clara. Want to learn some cool poses?
Are they gonna pose or no? Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to. Alright, sure, that works.
There's gotta be a better shot than this one.
I was trying really hard not to blink.
We shouldn't have trusted an amateur.
What do you want from me?
At least it's memorable. A little farewell gift from the Astral Express.
Huh? You're leaving so soon? I understand. Well, this photo will always be close to my heart. I'll make a copy for you too, Clara.
Thanks, Miss Serval. Big Brother, March, Danhung, thanks for taking care of me. Safe travels. If you have time, please come back and visit me and Mr. Svarog.
When did I become her big brother? Like, what the fuck?
That's enough sightseeing and photo taking to last me a while. Time to head back to the Goethe Hotel for a good night's sleep.
We can sleep when we're back on the Express.
fast. Last time we were here, that evil Madam Guardian interrupted us before we'd gotten the most out of our luxury suites. Don't you think we should make up for it? Come on. Himeko and Mr. Yang are grown-ups. I'm sure they'll cope without us for one night. Besides, don't you want to chit-chat with the locals now that Belobog is full of life again? I know I do.
March, why don't you just want to go home? I don't get it. No, March is the friend where they're just like, where curfew's about to hit, and they're just like, oh, let's just do this one last thing, then we'll go home. And then she'll keep saying that, and then next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. All right, let's go to sleep. Whoa, I guess we're getting a montage of having some PTSD going on right now.
At the end of your journey, all that perplexes you and troubles you
fuck? Kafka?
will resolve.
That's what Kafka said to us at the beginning of the game.
It was a close thing, all right. Good thing it dawned on me. Hey, Sampo doesn't have to be a protagonist, right? The likes of us are better suited to, shadowy comic relief, eh? Turns out the Astral Express crew is more fun than I expected.
Wait, who is Sampo talking to?
You liked it? Really? Told you so. No. I'm in no hurry to leave.
What?
What? Oh, Epsilon? What fun can you get out of a giant Vanity Fair like that? True happiness always entails the manifestation of the dignity of mankind. Now, that's a quote I live by.
Is Sampo a bad guy?
Well,
Is
bye
Sampo a
for
villain?
now. Send my regards to the guys and girls in the tavern. Oh, and don't forget to say that Sempo Kuski will catch them for the next one. Time to make my curtain call. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate my performance. I wonder,
Is he making a fourth wall
can I
break?
bring a little more joy into your lives?
No, not really. You're
You don't have to
staying.
answer that. But if the answer is no, then you'll break my heart.
Okay, Deadpool, like, what the fuck?
We should be getting back to the Express. Time to find March and Donhung.
Morning! How did you sleep? I'm full of energy myself.
I dreamed about Sampo. I dreamed about
You
Sampo.
poor thing. I'll go check the lunar calendar. Today might be unlucky.
Did you get Himiko's message? It's time to go. The conductor will nag us again if we put the express behind schedule.
Yeah. Well, pack your souvenirs and stuff. Back home we go.
I didn't actually read Himiko's message. What is it? Then Serena said she's got something good for you. She wants you to go back and try the human years. I'm scared. I did block her. Bid farewell to Belobog. Oh, I have to say goodbye to Bronya. I don't want to. What the fuck? How far is this place?
last. It's sad to say goodbye.
I feel like you guys should be used to it though at this point.
Nothing lasts forever. You'll stop feeling sad the moment you set foot on the Express.
Hey, I'm not that heartless, you know.
Priorities? What do you mean? Are you saying rebuilding the underworld isn't one of your priorities?
Wait, what? What just happened?
Of course not. I'm just saying we have limited assets and we need new parameters.
Assets, parameters. You sure love
Oh,
your
what just
fancy
happened?
words. Ugh, forget it. Leave it to me. I'll go down myself.
Come on, Seela. I won't leave you to—
Look, Branya! There'll be plenty of difficulties waiting for them, right?
Yes. Their future is filled with even more uncertainty than ours. But we will prevail here, even if it means arguments like this go on forever.
They won't go on forever if I win them.
I was about to say, like, you guys are already arguing? Like, what the fuck just happened?
Welcome home, you three.
Himeko, Mr. Yang! Team Trailblaze back from duty. Mission 1 accomplished.
Although Welt and I didn't get the chance to go with you, I can tell you worked hard to bring things back to normal. Well done, everybody. And especially you. I heard a lot of good things about you.
Yes, guys, skip the next question, get the rest.
I'd say it's a solid 5 stars.
Get some rest on the Express. Eurilo 6 was not an easy ride. Pom-Pom is of the opinion that we should leave as soon as possible to avoid potential resurgences of the anomalies we experienced earlier. Himeko and I agree.
Which means we need to decide where our next destination is, soon.
That's right.
That's the path of the Nameless, I presume. Always on the road, always trailblazing. I'm not complaining, by the way. One adventure after another, that's exactly what I signed up for.
Looks like March has fallen in love with the way of the Nameless. That's good to hear. You can head back to your rooms for some rest, or stay here and make yourselves a cup of coffee, whichever you like.
I'll head back to my room then.
There I was thinking this guy would gradually open up.
We need to give him some time, March. I think he treasures the time spent with you guys. About your battle against the Supreme Guardian and the whole Stellaron situation, you must have a lot of unanswered questions, I suppose. While you were away, Welt and I did some research and came to some interesting conclusions. Let me know if you want to ask about anything.
Home sweet home. Mr. Yang and Himeko must be bored given how long our train had to stay here. Where's our next stop? I can't wait!
Alright. That was a lot. That was sick. That was epic. That was... Bro, that last mission was 10 out of 10. We'll do that again. Kind of long, I won't lie, but I wanted to see it through to the end. I don't even know if this is the end, but I'm gonna end it here anyways because it's been a while. And I don't want to drag this whole video on any longer than I have to. No, that was a lot. That was great. I'm enjoying it so far. That was amazing. Bro, when the music when the lyrics just dropped in the fight and it was just so epic. And now I have Fire MC who looks like he's really fucking good. Now it looks like I honestly don't think I need to use Natasha because I can just use March and Fire MC together. Like since MC will just draw the enemy's attack to him and I can just put a shield on him. Well, yeah, that's actually really fucking good. And then yeah, it's just the set piece is great. Like I'm just loving this game so much right now. And it's always great starting a brand new game with not knowing anything that's going on. But yeah, I'm just enjoying it so much, and I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. I'm gonna end it here. If you guys like the video, just please like, subscribe, and once again, I do stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's not always gonna be a Honkai Star Rail. It's gonna be other games as well. Probably Genshin. I do play Genshin a lot as well. So I'll probably stream Genshin. I still need to do the Spiral Abyss, so I'll probably do that this weekend. And then you know, I also stream other games. I am trying to stream Final Fantasy VII, but I'm having problems with that game with the frame rate and then how the game looks. It's just I'm trying to figure out what the problem is, so I'm not gonna stream that. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then throughout the week I do stream randomly. From Monday to Thursday, I stream randomly. There's no set time where I do stream. Just depends on when I can feel like it, when how tired I am, because I do work as well. But yeah. So yeah, if you do like the video, just please like, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys next time.